hear me? Really? Just a second, please. But I feel that I think everything is okay with my microphone. No? My microphone works. Please write something, whether you can hear me or not. Just a second, please. I will check it too. No, I guess. No, I guess I could hear myself. Ah, okay. That's okay. So, let's start. Let's try to solve some puzzles. That was a bunch of static before. Okay. Okay, let's start. So, the black's last move was queen e2. They want to checkmate, right? They want to checkmate. At first glance, queen a8 check, king d7, rook f7, king e8, king e8, knight d6 check, c takes d6. No, doesn't work. Also, they can take with bishop. One more time, check here. Maybe rook c7, king c7, rook f7, rook d7, takes, queen b7, check, king d8. No checkmate. Hello, mate in 2. I don't think so. I wish, but it seems that it's not easy. Queen a8, king d7. Maybe at first rook c7, rook c7, king takes. Then rook f7, rook d7. It's the same. So one more time here, check, king e8. Here, knight f6, king e7, rook c7, rook d7 with a checkmate. It can't be so easy. King e7, check, here. I don't understand. Rook c7, rook d7 with a checkmate. It's impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Checkmate in 4 moves. And all moves are forced. 1, 2. It also forced. The only variation, rook c7, check. Checkmate in 4 moves. So easy. Let's try. I don't know. Okay, let's go forward. I thought that it can't be so easy. Okay, I am happy. Let's go forward. So, king c5. This one is working. Okay. This one, of course, will be much more harder. King c5. Check. Here. We take. They take. And e5. e5. Check here. f3. On f3. king e3, king c3, e6, d2, e7, d1. No, doesn't work. Check here. What if at first a5? We want to play a6, so they must play bishop g5, a6, and they can't be in time on b6. We are faster, a7 and then a8. One more time, knight d3, king c4, a5, king c4, a5, bishop, 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 d2, c1 doesn't work, e3 doesn't work, g5 doesn't work, so they have to go king b5. Then we can take and play e5, f3, king d3, right? It's winning. So after knight d3, maybe they will continue king b6 immediately instead of king c4, knight f4, it takes f4, e5, f3, king d3. The problem is that I don't believe that it can be so easy solving. I think that somewhere must be such a strong move for black that I will have some problems. Knight d3, one more time, king c4, a5, bishop g5 doesn't work, a6, bishop d8, a7, okay, a5, king b5, knight f4, e takes f4, e5, king a5, e6, okay, f3, king d3. To play, let's play. Okay, king c4 and a5, right? King b5, then knight f4, he takes f4, e5. Okay, I'm satisfied with such puzzles. They are so easy. Previous Thursday, I remember I had so many losses. Almost, if I'm not mistaken, in 5 puzzles I lost, but they were really hard. These are so easy. I don't understand. Let's go forward. Maybe this one will be harder. Okay, so c3. To take on d4. Maybe at first, no, at first bishop d4, they take, then rook b1. I just want to distract this queen from protecting the pawn. Rook b1, queen takes, rook d4, check, king c2, queen d2, king b3. They escape. Doesn't work. Or maybe takes, 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 queen d4. Good morning, hello. Rook b1, king c2. Ah, c1 is protected. That doesn't work. I don't know. One more time. Takes, takes. Rook d4. Queen d4. I want to play somewhere queen g4 to use this pin. But I feel... What if right now to play queen g4? because we want to take on d4 and take on f3. Queen g4, bishop e2, bishop d4, bishop d4, then rook h3 with this idea, bishop c3. Quite hard. Queen g4, bishop e2, or at first bishop d4, c takes d4, then queen g4, and after bishop e2 to take on d4 with check. If they take queen d4, well, it's winning for black, right? Then to check from a1 and to take on h1. Okay, bishop d4, c takes d4, queen g4. Maybe queen c3 to protect on f3. We can take on d4 if king c2, rook c4. To play bishop d4, then queen g4. I miss something, I'm sure, but what I miss? Strong protection from white. I can't find it. So bishop d4, there are no bishop f7, rook h3, right? So I can take bishop d4. Let's take bishop f7. Okay. I missed this move. I thought that it wouldn't give something to white. I thought that instead of bishop f4, f7, they should take on d4, and after queen g4, either I take on f3 or I take on d4. Okay, bishop f7, so I missed it. Take, takes, back, take, with rook, king c2, queen d2 with mate. So here I must decide to take on f7 or to go to f8. No, king f8 doesn't work. Rook h8 at least. Then to trade here, or maybe after king f7 maybe they can play. Hello Ayush. No, late, just 15 minutes ago I started. So bishop f7, if I take queen a2, check, king, where? King f6? Oh no. It will be checkmate from e6. No. So it means that king f7 is wrong. And even here, queen e6. And even after king f8, rook h8, king e7, and queen e6 with the checkmate. Yes, it's puzzle solving. I must play king f8 if I don't want to get a checkmate. Ayush, no worries. Thank you so much, no worries. Help me to solve this puzzle. You are so good in solving puzzles. So, king f8, I'm playing. Okay. Now, I don't believe. King e7, because after king f7 again, I will get checkmate. Queen a2 here or here, and queen e6. That's crazy. King e7. And there is no useful check for white. I'm shocked. Okay. Let's go forward. So e5, white's turn. We should open these pawns while, right? King d6 or king b5, which one? Of course, I wish to take on b5. I feel that something dangerous can be there. King b5, e4, c6, e3, c7, e2, c8, e1. No danger. King d6, what is the difference? 6, c6, e3, c7, e2, c8, e1. Queen c5, king d3. My puzzle alone in the chess. That's a great level. They give endgames puzzle too much. I hate endgames. That's okay. I even though I thought that I'm good in endgames, but so many difficult puzzles in Lichess. And I understand that how many mistakes and disadvantages I have in endgames, not only in endgames. I get many complexes after puzzle solving day. So, which one? King b5 or king d6? How to differentiate them? King b5, e4, c6, e3, c7, e2, c8, e1. Check from where? Check, c5, c5. Oh, if they go to e4, then we can check from e7 to take on e1. If they go to d3, queen d5, then somewhere to check to trade the queens and then to push over this one. Here, c6, e3, c7, e2, c8, e1, queen c5, king d3, because they can't go to e4, e5 because of these laws. They have to play king d3. I take on d5. Again, king e3, e2 doesn't work. I will check to trade, then I will push my d pawn. Queen d5. Their king is on d3. They must play king c2. And how to trade the queens? Queen c4. Right, queen c4 somewhere. If b2, b1, then queen b4 to trade the queens. If d2, then again queen b4. If d1, my queen is on c4. Sorry. King d1, d1. Queen b2, b3. I hate chess top. I don't know why I'm playing. Oh, if you want to earn $1 million from chess. That's a great goal. Just enjoy chess. You will earn. Of course, you can earn playing or coaching. You can earn from chess. But don't think about $1 million. Lot of money is not so good, in my opinion. So king b5, right? even though I can't calculate till the end, I mean, I reached to this position, king b5, e4, c6, e3, c7, e2, c8, e1. I checked from c5, they played king d3. I think that's the only right continuation. Queen d5, queen c2, and step by step to come closer, queen c4, king d1, queen d3, d3, king c1, no, not from d3, but from b3 or from a4, king c1, b3, king c1. I don't know how to trade the queens there. Queen a4, king c1, queen d4, king c1. Ah, queen d4, there, queen d4. But after king c1 I can trade, but after king c2, after king c2, after king c2, I don't know. Let's take on b5. At least it's a pawn, right? Let's take, okay. And then quickly. So queen, right. Then queen c5, one more time. Become FIDE president, you will earn. I don't want Ayush. Even if someday someone offers me to become a FIDE president, no, I don't want. You think that it's easy to be a president? I don't think so. It's such a stressful job. What I'm counting, I was calculating how to trade the queens. I want to check, to take this pawn, then to trade the queens and to push my pawn and to have another queen. Queen c5, king d3. I must take king c2. Queen c5, queen c4, queen c4, king d1, queen d3, queen d4, king c2. Trade. Queen a4, king c1. Okay, let's check from here. Queen h8, king d3. No. Queen g4 also doesn't work. Even they can continue queen e4. This trade in favor of black. So it's not just queen c5, but I can't see the continuation. King d3, queen d5, king c2. How to trade them? Queen a2 maybe. Right, queen a2, king c3. Right, queen c4. Queen d2, queen b2, the same. Queen b4, queen c5, here. Queen a2, only these move wins. d1, c1, queen a1, c3, queen c4, d3, also queen c4. King is on d3, my queen is on c4, e3, queen, sorry, not d6. Oh my god. From here, queen e6, queen d2, queen b4, right. So queen c5, then queen a2. Okay. I'm happy. So queen b5, e4, c6, queen c5, d3, queen d5, queen c4, king b2. Queen b4 didn't work, queen b4, because here, they could play king d1, and there is no way to trade the queens. Queen d3, king c1, queen b3, king c1, the same. So queen a2 was the only move, queen a2, to force them to go to c3 or d3, and then to check from here, and then to trade the queens, or to trade from here. No stressful than cooking at home and watching. Really? Not stressful than cooking at home? Ah, and watching. Do you think so, Ayush? I don't know. At least you can think that you do it for your family and for your children. I don't know. I don't want to be a president. It's good for me to be a chess player, streamer. So, I am from YouTube. I go live from YouTube. Thank you so much. I think it's Queen C4. Okay, let's go forward. King F7. How to win here? Is it winnable? Can I say so? Winnable for white. Winning. Okay, winning. Is it winning for white? Or they can stop. So if I check, goodbye. See you next time. If I check, they go back to e8. Check, check, push king up and win. So easy. I don't think so, because after f7, even they can take rook f7, e takes f7, king f7, opposition. Oh, no, d6. I was analyzing this position 100 times, million times with my students, children. King here, 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 king f7, d6. If king e8, king e6, it's winning. d7 here, here. If king f8, then king f6 here, here, and d7, it's winning. Okay. e6, king e8, f7. Rook f7 doesn't work. King d8 doesn't work, king f6. So it's left king e7, king e7, d6. I can distract this king, then king f6, rook goes somewhere, and then e7. Am I right? My FIDE is 2156. The first move which comes to mind after seeing this puzzle is e6, right? Sacrificing the rook doesn't work for black. e6 here, f7 one more time, takes, 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 and d6. One more time, king e8, king e6, opposition, then d7, then help square. If they are here, 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 king f8, then king f6, again opposition, then king e6, and d7. So e6, I'm playing, okay, e6, now f7 or d6, 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 doesn't work, d6 here. I can't understand. Why not d6? How to play for black? Rook h8, f7, king f8, black for 2 pawns and maybe 4. So f7 or d6, which one? King f4? No, my pawn is hanging there. f7. I can't understand why not d6 and or why to play f7. Okay, I see that rook f7 doesn't work, but also I want to play d6 with this idea, d7 and d7. So here they should play rook h8. Yes, it's about getting a position, but rook h8, d7, king d8, king d8. Well, I got it. While I'm trying to come to d6, they can immediately go down and to start to checkmating. And also it's the same for f7, king f8, king f6, rook h6 check, king e5, rook h1 check. Oh, not check, rook h1, just go to down and to check from behind the pawns. So f7 works, I guess. Rook takes us. No, rook takes f7 doesn't work. Hello everyone. Let's play f7. Okay, king f7, king e7, and d6, king d6, king f6, right? Rook h8, e7, rook h. Oh, just a second, please. Right, king g7, king e7, f8 with check. So d6 and king f6 and e7. Yes, because king g7 doesn't work. e7, king g7, and king g7. Okay, I'm so happy. It's for the first time 5 wins in a row. That's great. But today's puzzles are much more easier. Can we talk about something different than chess? Of course, but about what? I just can answer on questions about chess because I understand nothing about other spheres. So, my thinking process is so trash that I think I need to start from starting. Like, I don't have any structured training like others. So, in basic chess knowledges. Ayush, for example, I wanted to ask you, for example, do you know theoretical positions? I mean, in the pawn end games or with some minor pieces in the end games, theoretical positions. For example, Philidor position or Lucana's position. They are so important, even though we can meet such positions very seldom in our games. But anyway, we should know them by heart. Why not d6 immediately? Would it work? I think you mean after e6, right? d6. d6, they would play rook h8 after d7, king d8. And while I'm running to d6, they could play rook h1. And just to start to check, endless checks. And the same will be after f7, king f8, this time to f8, king f6, rook h6. I have to go to f5 or e5 in order to protect this pawn. And again, very quickly to this side and to check from behind. And the problem that there is no place to hide. Because, for example, if they try to come here. I think, no, just a second, please. Here also I can check from h5 to cut the king's way, right? Here, endless checks. Or no, rook h6, d7. No, just a second, please. Here. No, it's a problem. Or maybe to wait. No, here, to wait. I want to control this pawn, not to allow them to play king c6, king d7. Right? And after d7, just after d7, to continue checking, maybe king e7. King e7. Or again, check. Here, check, here, and rook e2. It's also right. It's draw. King c7 and again check. So maybe just that's why. So some important examples I have in my channel in the playlist, even though that videos are so old. And I mean, what about blogging? They are not so good, but about chess knowledges, they are useful. I mean that those videos were in my very beginning way, streamering way. Just that's why I don't like them, but I gave much knowledges there in that videos. So I don't know any pawn and games. I don't even know how to mate in. Really? Oh my god, really, Ayush? I have if I'm not mistaken, 4 parts in my channel how to checkmate with knight and bishop, and it's very clear explanation there. With 2 bishops, it is much more easier than with knight and bishop. With knight and bishop, there we must know some structure, not one. There are triangles, small triangle, a triangle middle, the largest triangle. Okay, Ayush, on Monday you win the 3rd tournament and I will show you everything. So yes, it's Lichess. No place to hide. King to e4 is very good move after first check of. Yes. Would you like to do that? Just a second, please. The thing is, I can learn them online for free, and also I have just moved on it. Still, I'm too lazy to open them. Wanted someone to review. Okay, Ayush. We will do that, of course. Hello. Been playing chess as one. Oh, that's great. The main thing that you started to play chess. I'm playing chess from the age of 6. So, start a new game. Okay. What about to answer on the questions? We should go for coffee. No, I'm solving puzzles. You can solve it with me. Okay, so let's go forward. So, rook a1 from a1 to f1. What about this move? Rook e3 to take on h3. Rook e3, rook f3, rook e2 check, king g1, and no useful checks there. They have an extra bishop, right? One more time, rook e3, rook f3. Friends, please, let's solve puzzles. In which elo range I can challenge you? No, that's okay. Rating is okay. On Mondays, I play with viewers. So the rating is not important for me. No different. No difference how much is your elo. So, rook e3, rook f3. Rook e2, king g1. How to continue attacking? Hello, hi everyone. And then maybe when my rook is on e2, their king is on g1, the rook is on f3, I can play, for example, queen f6 with this idea, right? Or queen h5 with this idea, but they can continue f5, queen g5, and queen g3, and because their rook is on f3, their queen is protected. On Monday, I will organize a tournament and will going to play on chesspoints.org. Please follow me in Instagram. I announce about every tournament and every live stream. In Instagram, I'm the same, annahayrapetyanchesslife. What about pushing pawn? Maybe it's too slowly. I am not sure, but they have an extra bishop. And I think that I should invent something very quickly. Not to let them to invent against my king. So rook e3, rook f3, rook e2, king g1, queen, where? Queen f6 maybe. Queen f6. And also I want to play queen g6, so they play f5. Then they want to close with queen. I don't know. This one is really hard. Or maybe rook e6? No, it doesn't work. Oh my god, please, what's going in the chat, please? Let's solve puzzles. Can you tell opening explore in Lichess and how to properly understand different variation of each and every opening? Can you give us some examples? I think in Lichess there are a few moves in every variation, so maybe you should read some books about openings. Which opening do you prefer? For example, for white, e4, d4. e4 it's opened and very sharp variations, sharp openings. d4 is much more accurate, safer. For black, it's the same. Sicilian defense, it's very sharp opening. Spanish defense also, there are some variations which are really very sharp. So you should understand in which openings you feel much more comfortable, much more safer, and just to analyze it deeply. Let's concentrate on chess, please. Okay. Rook f1, rook e3, rook f3, rook e2, king g1, queen f6. Let's play rook e3, then I will decide. I don't know really. This puzzle is really hard for me. Okay. Queen d7. I'm a little bit happy that they didn't play rook f3 because I really didn't know how to continue there. It's very interesting for me. If rook f3, then how to continue? Rook e2, king g1, and then what's the next? Okay, now let's concentrate. Queen d7. Queen g3, king h1, rook e6. Maybe somewhere to close this queen's way and to attack the bishop. But where? At first queen g3, then rook e6, or immediately rook e6, because then I can take with the rook, right? No difference. Maybe queen g3 here, rook e6. I want to take on b6, and I want to take on h3, rook h2, and queen f1 with a checkmate. Check here, rook e6. Rook e6 immediately doesn't work because they can play queen d8 and to trade the queens. So I must play queen g3 check, just then rook e6. Let's check. Okay. Then rook e6. Rook e6 here. Check here. No useful checks, right? Rook e6 here. Here. Queen c2 check. Okay, it's the same. I guess rook g6 I can continue, or d3. Maybe d3 is much more stronger. So rook e6. If rook g2, then queen h3, king g1. Just to take on b6? No, they will check and to take my rook. I don't understand. Rook e6. Let's play rook e6. I don't see any, besides this move, any interesting idea. Rook e6. And this is the only move. I don't want to go back with. And it's over. Really? I thought that they can continue here. Rook g2. Rook g2, and what to do here? To take? No. I thought that rook g2 instead of queen c8 here takes here. I wanted to take on b6, but I noticed that I am losing my rook. don't know how to continue here for black. Rook e2 maybe? Ah, maybe just no, my queen is hanging there. So rook g3, maybe rook g3, right? To trade, then check here. Ah, check and then at least to take to win a queen. So in the internet, of course, there are so many free books, chess books. Even though I buy some books from marketplaces because I need that books to work with my students. But in the internet, I know that yes, Ayush is right. PDF format is great, and also Deja Vu format is great. You can just download them for free and to print. Hello everyone. So what is problem with Rook? Yes, are you sure? Right. I couldn't find that move. Okay, let's go forward. Can I beat today 2900? I'm so I wish I will be so happy for that result. 2900. I have never been 2900. What a good thing you learn from your chess. Everything. It's our life on the board. So let's go forward. King e2. First move that I noticed, rook h2. They must play king d1 in order to not to get checkmate from the first rank. So king d1. Oh, not to forget that they also want to checkmate from e8. Check here. And I can't take on f3 because of the checkmate from e8. One more check. No, king d2. No, no, no. Rook h2, king d1. And there is no continuation for black because they want to checkmate. Okay, what if I take the queen? They take the rook. Then I check. Rook a2. King f1. No. Check here. Takes. Maybe g2. Rook g3. Oh. Rook a2 check. If king goes to f3, then I check, I take, then I push my pawn. One more time. Takes, g2. Rook g3 doesn't work, king f2. They must play king f2. Rook a2 check, king g1. Also doesn't work. Rook h2, king d1, rook c6. Rook c6. What if queen c6? And then what to do? With just one rook, g2 will not help. Maybe at first rook c2 check here, just then rook a8. Right. If they take, I play g2, rook g3, rook a3. Then I want to take the bishop. Then if they take bishop d5, I play g1, queen, rook g1, rook a1, rook g1. Right? Check here. I take on a8. So bishop a8, I have calculated g2. What if they take on c2? And then g2. I leave my rook on a8 because they must play rook g3 to control my pawn. Then I play rook a1. I want to promote. They have to take rook g2. Then I check and I take on g2, right? So rook c2, the first move. Rook c2, then to take on a8. First check, then take. I take queen and push pawn. Yes, let's check from c2. Okay, and just then to take on a8. Rook a8. Okay, and now g2. Here, rook a1. I want to push, and after rook g2, I check and I take. And g2. I'm so happy. So much arrows brain not braining. Mine too, Ayush. No worries, you are not alone. So it's left just 24 to reach that level. So what if bishop takes rook? Then I could just promote my pawn to have a queen against rook and bishop. And of course it's winning for black. I don't believe Ayush. Let's not to get happier before it. So bishop f8. Bishop f8. How to break through here and to promote this pawn? So g6 here, h7, bishop g7, bishop h6, bishop h8. Doesn't work. g6 takes. How to create a Zugzwang for black? Maybe in that position, bishop g5, king f7, king d5. It's a Zugzwang for black. a5, a4, right? Yes, it's Zugzwang. g6, yes, so bishop a3, c4 there. Bishop a3, bishop a3, bishop a3. Maybe after bishop a3 they can continue bishop e7, g6 takes h7 and bishop f6. I'm not sure that my bishop will work from here. I want to play g6, then before h7, not to play h7. I want to block this pawn, bishop g5, and also to control these squares. And I have no useful move. Neither with this bishop nor with a king. Bishop g5, their pawn is on g6. They can't play d5. I will take. They can't play bishop e7. I will take and then promote my pawn. So bishop g5, a5, a4, and it's a Zugzwang. They must play king f7 or king d7. Then king d5. And step by step to go forward. Bishop d2, a5. Here, 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 here. And what's the idea? g6. I think after bishop d2 they can play bishop e7. Maybe it's too long. My pawn will be hanging there. Let's play g6 and then bishop g5. I can't calculate till the end. I mean after king d7, for example, king d5. But I feel that there is no useful move for black. Even after e4, I can take back and then take on d4, just to press their position. Oh, you are so funny. Thank you so much. Yesterday I started to think about I would like to take part in FIDE tournaments to qualify Grandmaster norms. But unfortunately, I have no free time. Maybe in 5 or 10 years, maybe. But at that time, I will be so old. I will be 40, 43, 45 years old, and I wish, of course. You can put bishop where he's bishop now. How? How to jump to there? Let's play g6. I don't know. I feel that it's right. I will be very sad if it's wrong, but it's right. Okay. And now bishop g5. No h7. I don't want to give them free squares because they can move. At least they can play bishop g7, h8, g7, h8. Just stay and wait. That's why I want to play bishop g5 to press them. Bishop g5. No king f6, no king e7. Right. Oh, yes, and they are forced to take. Right. Okay, so plus 9 points. So less. You are already old. You are right, Ayush. Yes, compared with you, yes, you are right. I'm 36 years old. This year I am turning 37. Oh, Ayush, you have black sense of humor. Am I right? How is a4? a4 after a5, just to create Zugzwang for them. Okay, let's go forward. Second, please. Oh, these commercials. All the time I need to close them. I'm 24, the second old in the chat. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go forward. If I reach 2900 today, I will finish streaming. Just let's concentrate. Just it's left just 15 points, right? So G5. G5. King F5. Hello everyone. G5, King F5. I feel that the key moment is not here. Of course, I'm not going to go back. King F3, King F5, but it's not the key moment. They are going to play G4, and after D7, what to do there? So King F5, what to do for black? Don't ignore the Grandmaster. Where is the Grandmaster? So King F5, maybe Rook H1, and after D7, Rook H8, but Rook C8. Here, no, maybe King F5, Rook F1, King E6, they are going to take on E4, and then after D7, Rook D1, Rook D6. I don't understand. King F5. Rook F1, King E6, King E4. Rook, just a second please. I made two moves for white, right? King F5, Rook F1, King E6. No, King E4, D7, Rook D1, Rook D6. Here. How to stop this pawn? I don't understand. Okay, what if G4, D7, G3, D8? Here, King E4, D7, here. Maybe King E3 immediately, D7, Rook from G1 to D1. Okay. So they want to play King E3 right now. Then after D7 to play Rook D1. Well, check. King F2 or E2, King E6, G4, King E7, G3, D8, takes, G2, check. Here I take on G2, they take on G2, so their king is on G2, mine is on D7, King E6, King F3, and it's draw. Just a second please, what's going on in the chat? People's getting maybe it's the effect of falling to resolve the ball. One Grandmaster is suggesting your YouTube channel now, so that's why he say don't ignore. Which Grandmaster? Really? My channel? Is it about me? That's something new for me. Armenian Grandmaster or other nationality? So King F5, looks only move, but I can't see the winning variation for white because after king e3, I played. Okay. After king e3, I'm going to play rook c5, not king e6. Rook c5, and after rook d1, rook d5 to close the rook's way. Why not? Right. Let's play king f5. Immediately rook d1. That's, yes, that's a really logical move. Rook d1. So after king e3, it was clear rook c5, rook d5, and now I can play rook c5. Well, if I play rook c5, they will take. If I play d7, they will play king e3. The Grandmaster. Unfortunately, I wish I'm so far from that title. Tell us how we can develop from solving puzzles and practicing like every day and joining to my live streams. You will be protected. Okay, let's continue. Rook d1. So after d7, king e3. After d7, king e3. What to do there? King e6, king e3. King e6, they will take here. King f6 maybe. Here. King f6, king e4, king e6, g4, d7, g3. It's a draw. No. Second place? Here, here. No, I wanted to take king f6 here, king e6, g4, d7. They must take because I want to close, right? I take g3, rook g6, king f3. No, it's draw. So here, 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 g4. I really don't know. Okay, let's concentrate. King f6 maybe, you mean, Ayush? King f6, king e4, king g5, king e5. No, it's drawn. King f6 here, here, g4, check. It's drawn. d7 here, one more time, check. Here, king e6, g4, king e7, g3, d8, takes, g2. I can play rook c1, g1, takes, king e7, king f2, king f6. It's winning. I think I found it. Not to take on g2, but to take on g1. One more time. King e6. No. I wanted to play d7. d7, here, check, here, king e6, g4, e7, g3, d8, they take, I take on d8. So my king is on d8, theirs on f2, their pawn is on g3, my rook is on c3. They play g2, I play rook c1, not to c2 but c1. They play g1, I take, they take, I play king e7, king f2, king f6, and I win. So set up hiding the rook on the d file. Of course, Ayush, we will discuss everything. We will discuss. No worries. You probably play Karokan. Karokan also, it's an interesting opening. Even though I like it to play for white, so when my opponents play for black, I'm getting happier. But there are so many interesting variations for black too. So okay, let's play. I think that d7 works. Let's play. Just a second. d7. King d3. Check in order to push this king from here, because I don't want to lose this pawn. Just a second, please. What if I play king e6? I want to play rook d6. So they have to take, I take, they play king e4, I take on f6, g4, rook g6, king f3, king e6, g3, king f5, g2. No, it's draw. It's draw. It's draw. So rook c3 is right. Rook c3, king f2, and king e6, g4, e7, g3, d8, takes, g2, rook c1. What if they go back? When I play a rook c1, they play king f3, king e7, king e4, king f6, king f3 to return and to make a draw. No, after king f3, I'm going to play rook g1, king f2. Oh my god, that's a draw. So now I started to hesitate. King e6, g4, e7, g3. No, I mean at first rook c3, here, g4, here, g3, d8, they take, I take, g2, rook c1, and then instead of g1 they can play king f3. They want to take on e4, then to return to help this pawn. So after king f3, if I play king e7, they will take king f6, king f3, it's a draw. After king f3, if I play rook g1, they will return to f2, and it's a draw. I'm shocked. So let's calculate king e6. I don't know. I was so happy for that found, but now I feel that it's wrong. King e6, king e6, g4, rook d6. Okay, after king e6, they must take rook d7, king d7, king e4, king e6, G4, rook c4, king f3, king f5, g3, rook c3, king f2. I can't imagine that position. Yes, Ayush, please help me. It's really, this puzzle is really hard. So, king e3, king e6, one more time. They take, I take, they take on e4, but I'm not going to take on f6. I want to come closer with king quickly. King e6, g4. Oh, I can take on f6, g3, g3, rook g1, king f3, king g5, g2, king h4. Just one tempo. King e6, king e4, king e6, rook d7, king d7, king e4, king e6, g4, rook c1, king f3, king f5, g3, or rook c4, check, rook c3, rook c3. No, I can't calculate it. How to become Magnus in one day. In one day. I really don't know. And I'm sure that if I play king e6, it will be wrong. If I play rook c3, it will be wrong. I feel that after king e6, there are more chances for white. Sorry. It's really hard to sit in one position. Rook c3, king f6. But what if they take my d7 pawn? So let's play king e6. I don't know. King e6. To calculate one more time and to decide it's enough. I'm calculating so long time, so I don't know. King e6. Rook d7. Takes. King e4. King e4. King e6. I must return. So my king is on e6. Theirs on e4. It's their turn. g4. King f6. g3. Rook c3. King f4. King g6. g2. Rook g1. No, it's draw. Oh my god. King e6. Here, here, here. Rook f6, g4. Rook g6. King f3. It's the same, it's also draw. Rook c3. Rook c3, check, king f2. King f2, king e6, then g4, it was draw. g4, king e7, they took, I took, g3. No, second please. Here, 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 g4, here, g3, this d8, takes, g2. Rook c2 check, king f1, No, they will play king f3, not f1. And after rook c1, they are going to take on e4. No. I remember me. I think I remember. Very familiar nickname. I think rook c3, king f2, king f6, if rook d7, king g5, if g4, king e6, I think. Let's check it. So rook c3, king f2, king f6, rook d7, king g5. Okay, what if g4, king e7, g3, takes, middle, g3, d8, rook takes g2. Really? Rook c3, king f2, king f6. If rook d7, then king g5. Okay. Rook c3, here king f6. If g4, king e7. g3, d8. So if it's right, then it's not fair. So it means that it's not my solution. So rook c3 and king f6, right? How could I miss it? And even after rook c3, it's over. Even after rook c3, it's over. I want to show that variation which I was calculating in the beginning. I wanted to play here king e6. Hello, hi everyone. Then after g4 here, g3, d8, rook d8 here, g2. I wanted to play rook c1 in order to come closer and to take this pawn, but after rook c1 they could go back on rook g1 just to return. If they take my rook on g2, so they are in time and it's a draw. If after king f2 I go back, again they return to f3. So either they want to take on e4 and to return and to make a draw, or they want to force my rook g1 and again to return to f2. They want to take this rook on g2, right, to be closer to my pawn and to make a draw. So that was my first thought, but I realized that I can't win there. g2, really. Rook c3, rook c3, king f2, and just king f6. If rook d7, king g5. Yes, you were right. You checked the tournament. Ah, I remember you. So sorry. I was in the lessons. Before my live stream, I had lessons, so I had no free time. Sorry. After the live stream, I'm again full of with lessons. So tomorrow it's my free day. Just one lesson I have. I will check it. Okay, thank you so much. So let's go forward. Just 5 points left, right? Okay, I will open it. So let's try to raise the rating. I can't believe today I have no losses, right? That's a perfect how to say that's a perfect image picture, perfect picture, all in green. So king f1, and first move it rook d1. So they also want to checkmate, right? From g7, rook d1, king d2, king g2, bishop d5, just to join with the bishop too, to leave this queen maybe for another job. King h3, queen where c3, queen c3, rook g3, rook g3. No, I don't like it. Rook d1, king g2, queen e4, king h3, rook g1 also doesn't work, queen g1. Oh, I can take on f5. So rook d1, king g2, queen e4. If king h3, then rook g1, queen g1. Oh, after rook g1, they can check from f6. I have to play king g8, then they check from e7, and I must sacrifice my queen. Queen e7. I don't like it. So rook d1. Why not to check from d1 with queen? Queen d1, king g2, bishop d5, check. Maybe to leave this rook here to protect g7 square and also to protect with bishop. So queen d1, king g2, rook, bishop d5, king h3, queen f3 check, rook g3. No winning there. Queen d3, f3. How is bishop c4, king g2, queen f5, queen f5, rook g7, just calculating something trash, don't see it. Bishop c4, here, takes, rook g7. Maybe it's not enough, Ayush, I don't know. It's not enough. I don't know. Bishop c4, king g2, queen e4, king h3, bishop f1, rook f1, rook d3. At least they can go back with knight. No, also doesn't work. c2 to d1, queen d1 here. So many checks, and it's really impossible to differentiate them. Bishop d5, king h3. Queen d1 here, queen e4 here. And maybe bishop e6 to pin the knight with king. Because I think that all squares are protected, right? Ah, no, they can check from f6. Unfortunately. I don't know what to do. Check. Or from d3 here. Check. Ah, if they close, then I can take with checkmate, right? Sorry. Queen d3 here, bishop d5. No free square, right? So they must close and I take and checkmate. So after king, queen d3, king e1, queen d1, checkmate, here, here. Is it so easy? Bishop d5. So here, bishop d5, queen d3, then bishop d5 maybe. Bishop d3, bishop d5. Queen d3, king g2, bishop d5, right? And there is no protection. So let's check. I don't believe. I don't believe. Oh, so let's go forward and to see that 2902. So happy. So let's finish for today. Even though I feel that this position is really very interesting, but let's finish. Not to, how to say that, to spoil my rating. Why? I thought my variation was correct. You mean, Ayush, you mean that variation when you sacrifice the queen and took on g1? Maybe it was just not enough for winning. Rook and the bishop against the queen. That variation you mean? Don't be sad, that's okay. So, let's finish for today. I'm so happy for this rating. I have never been 29 over 2900. Okay, what's wrong with my variation which I told recently? Which variation? Ayush, please write and let's analyze that variation. So I'm waiting for your variation, Ayush. Thank you so much. Not to lose during the next live stream. Thank you. The next goal will be 2950, but I'm not sure that I can reach that level. Rook d1, bishop d5. So if I play rook d1, just a second please. Let's play that right variation. Then I will go back. Bishop d5. Okay, now rook d1. Then you said bishop d5. And then queen f5 and to take here. So just maybe to take on d5 Ayush and to win this variation, this position. Or at first to check if here to take with the tempo. Sorry. If rook g7, then okay, again to take on d5 with the winning position. Thank you so much. Can I VC? It means that to play with me, of course. Please follow me in Instagram. I am let me write it, annahayrapetyanchesslife in Instagram. in stories I announced about the tournaments, and on Monday we are going to play the last tournament, and you can join. It will be arena. Maybe this time also we will play 5+3 or 10+3. I like that time control, 10+3, even though I thought that it will be too long. Hello. But I liked it. I could calculate, to analyze some variations, interesting. So that's why on Monday we will play again rating. My rating is 200, that's okay, no worries. Next tournament will be, no Ayush, no, maybe Blitz or Rapid. 2+1, maybe it will be playing with viewers, not tournament. So, okay, let's finish for today. Let's finish, and to semester exams are also. Oh, good luck, Ayush. Roshan also, now he has exams. That's why he can't manage to take part in the during my live streams. So, Queen G5, Queen D3, King G2, Bishop D5. Yes, that was the solution. Okay, let's finish for today. Thank you for participation as usual. Open tournament first, please. Right now, how can I open the tournament? Ah, here. Okay. So, do you see? Oh, that's great. That was great. International Masters. That's great. Candidate Master, Innocent Guy. Okay, I know him. I think I know him. Yes, we have played. He won, I guess. Right. That's great. I will try. Sorry, I couldn't manage to take part because really I had a lot of lessons, so that's why. But you do a great job. Keep doing it. So, let's finish for today. Thank you so much. Thanks for participation, for everything, for support, for likes, for shares, and follow me in Instagram too, please. Innocent Guy from India. Ah, yes, yes. So we have played recently. I will try. I can't promise because, I'm full of with lessons, but I will try. Thank you so much. Okay, so take care of you, stay alive. Thank you so much, and see you on